Beautiful people, welcome back and thank you for joining another episode of the Ignite Your Purpose Show podcast vlog, where I, the storyteller, talk daily about longevity, that thing we call longevity through a healthy lifestyle. Beautiful people, it is a talk of the mental, spiritual, and physical knowledge, something I have deemed the mind, body, soul trifecta, because without one, there is no other. 10 years in the Soto Zen game, 10 years of being healthy, fit, fabulous, all that jazz. And I am the storyteller. So I'm telling you stories that happen in my life daily, events, occurrences, where I try and not analyze in a judgmental form or a better or worse format, but simply to learn so that I can get more in touch with my higher self and to provide what I'm here to learn on this journey of this game called life. And I want to share those things with you because I'm learning. If I've got some of this crazy knowledge, I think you need to experience it with me, because I'm telling you where I was to where I'm at, night and day. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And on that note, I'm going to talk to you today about this, about the progression, about the how far we've come type talk. All right. So I was on a healing retreat last year. I do this twice a year, but last year at the same time at Christmas, I was on my healing retreat. I bought this book then at Christmas. I read it at Christmas, and I had these notes. All right, I had all these notes on it, and I can remember filling out certain parts. And I always journal. Tell you about this. This is part of the Soto Zen process. This is part of knowing yourself process, journaling, just jotting down notes all the time. And I felt lost. I felt like I had the mountain K2 in front of me to climb, and I didn't know how to get there. All right. So I read that book, and I remember it's all about branding. It's all about marketing. It's all about, and I can remember just looking at like the first 10 pages and being like, I can't even start any of this yet. I read the book, took notes, but I couldn't even start. All right. I think in the first chapter, there was a score where it was out of 50. And if you had 10 and below, it was like, you need to figure shit out. If you had, there's two tiers, 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 50, you were the Uber. All right. At that point, I think I had below 10. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, there's 50 questions. I had below 10. I had no hopes. I remember just looking so I hadn't even really started social media then. All right. Like I was kind of on it, but didn't know how to use it. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. Didn't feel comfortable doing a lot of stuff yet. My website, I was kind of just lost. I didn't know what branding everything was. I didn't know what, the same fonts was. I was lost. All right. Fast forward to this year, same place, same time. I decided to take that. I don't even know why. I already read the book, but I think it's because I'm on my journey for marketing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to reread that book because there was a schwack of knowledge in there and I knew zero of it. So let's reread this book. And so all my notes are there and I was dumbfounded. All right. So it's a year later, right? It's a year later of me implementing, of me doing, of me continuing to strive and having the dedication to just keep moving forward daily. Boom, 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 right? Just doing. All right. And I've continued to educate myself. I continue to watch people that are better than me. I continuously book meetings with those that are around me that are way above my skill set and skill level. It's what I do. That's one of the ways I get better, I feel. I'm just like a sponge. I just want to talk to them, provide whatever value I can to them, and then I suck in that knowledge. All right. So a year later, thinking I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I forgot where I was. So that's really the point of this whole conversation. Forgetting where we were, forgetting where we came from, being scared to post, not even knowing what social media was, all that jazz, not even having a website at the time to where I'm at today. I think that in that first chapter, I reevaluated it and I was into the 30s, where I was into the below 10. I was well into the 30s now, which means I was a second tier, not quite at the third tier, but I don't have all this figured out. Trust me on that one, man. I don't have all this marketing. It's never been my thing. I write music. I do this. I hustle business. I never did marketing. Even in the other businesses I have, I always let somebody else do it, which is something you should never do. You should know some of it yourself. But back to the lecture at hand, which is knowing where you come from and being able to give yourself the kudos that you truly, if and only you will know this. Don't friggin' bullshit yourself. And because I hear it all the time, yeah, I'm doing it. And you're not doing it. You know what I mean? Doing it means frigging doing it. So if you're not bullshitting yourself and you really have been going at this, right? Meaning, I don't know how much time you're spending on a day. I don't even care if you're just spending half an hour on a day. But if you're spending it half an hour per day and not half an hour once a month, all right? So if you're really doing this shit, you will reap the rewards. There is no two ways about it. I was dumbfounded. I'm talking to you, man. I'm 10 years in the game, not much. I was just dumbfounded. I remember sitting there saying to the people I was with, I was like, holy shit. I can't believe how much I know now. That's been a year. People, the basis of this point is stick with it. I don't care if it's money you're after, love, wealth, relationships, the new business, marketing, social media, whatever it is, stick with it and it will come. It might not pay off how we perceive it at the end, but it will come in these baby steps. I tell you, man, I had these things written down at the end of that book that I haven't quite accomplished, but there's about 15 more things that have been accomplished, other avenues I never even thought of. That is just the way life will work. You're going to meet people. Just be on your path, beautiful people, and try daily. It is amazing how far you come. That's my 1 year anniversary chinwag on reading that book. I'll probably put all the notes on that, what book it was, in the description below, and we can go from there. But people, do your best, forget the rest, and just try. You know, there's a lot of days where it just seems impossible. You wonder how the hell others did it, where they helped, all this, that, the next. These mind games come up in the head. But if we stick with it, the proof is in the pudding. I am the proof in the pudding. A year later, I was dumbfounded. I'm impressed. I've impressed myself. So kudos to you, brother. All right. As always, we will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Podcast blowing up. Appreciate the work. Love you all. Hope we're providing value.